Welcome to Android Tutorials. Today we would learn how to use a grid view and display number of images at the same view. Let's just start by creating a new Android project. Give it a name as Grid View Tutorial. Click Next. Select Android 2.2. No specific reason for selecting Android 2.2, just that so that it is backward compatible. Give the package name as com tutorials, or let's say Android tutorials, and create an activity called as grid view tutorial activity and click finish. Navigate to the resources layout main.xml, which would have a default text view with a hello world. Delete that. Go to the textual view rather than the graphical view so that I can explain you all the details with respect to the attributes which are used. Let's just start by creating a grid view. Give it the layout width of filling of the parent, the layout height of filling of the parent. Then just think about a second, if you have a grid view, you would have to tell the Android system about what would be the column width for each particular grid cell. Let's just give that to be a 90 density pixel. Let's just tell it that the number of columns is an auto fit based on screen sizes. Let's just tell it that the horizontal spacing between these images will be 1 dp. Even the vertical spacing will be 1 dp. That in case it has to stretch, it should stretch not based on the spacing width but on the column width. So the column width is flexible, not just 90 dp. And then let's just tell it that to center it at center. Also, let's just refer it with an ID so that we're able to reference it from a class file. Let's just go back to the graphical layout and see how it looks. Voila! This is something item 1, item 2, item 3 would be filled in with the images that we would refer. Let's just copy some images that I have from all these almost 17 images. Let's just copy them to the drawable folder. These are the images which will be rendering here. Let's go back to the grid view tutorial activity and open our class. Now, when an onCreate will be called, the set content view is setting it to the layout and the content is a grid activity. Let's just refer a grid view from our code by ID to grid view. Press Ctrl Shift O to have all arrows removed so that it imports appropriate class files from the development kit. Then let's just say grid view dot set adapter. We need to pack this adapter with the grid view with some content. The content would be provided by an image adapter class, and we'll pass in the application context so that it is able to refer that context and display appropriate content on the grid view. So the image adapter class which is provided. Let's just create a new image adapter class which extends base adapter, and just remove this and then say finish. Now if you see, the base adapter has implemented 4 methods for us, called as get count, get item ID, and get view. For this tutorial, we are interested in the get count and get view, so I'll talk about it. Get count is a callback method. So when the grid view is getting rendered and it needs to determine the number of data elements that we are going to display on the view, this get count would return a number which would tell the system of how to render the view. So this will be the number of data elements to be displayed. If you however get count, it tells you that how many items are in the data set we presented. So it should return a count of elements. Right now, we don't have a reference to all the images that we copied to the drawer. So let's just create a reference array for that. r.drawable.1 r.drawable.2 r.drawable.3 r.drawable.4 r.drawable.5 sorry, my bad. Let's just use 10 images right now and see how it's behaving. So the get count would now return the images length. And what would the get view do? Get view is actually interested in what kind of a view would be rendered in that particular grid set. So let's just do it. Since we are going to render images, let's just create an image view, and let's see if get view, which is sending us, is not equal to null. Then we'll just refer it back to the image view. But in case it is not, we'll create a new image view with a context. Oh my god, I'm going to do that in context. So remember, when we have initialized the image adapter, we didn't get an application context. So create an appropriate constructor and say context for application context and define the field as context. So it has access to that. Now we will need to set the layout parameters. Layout params and define it to be 80. While press Ctrl Shift L, press IV, that set scaling. Now we have to scale these images because it will not be fixed. Size would obviously be much bigger than 1990. So we'll have to tell it how to crop these images. We'll choose center crop, which scales the image uniformly. So then put the dimensions of the image will be equal and the aspect ratio maintained. Then because there are a lot of images, let's just set some padding to clearly distinguish. And finally, let's just set the image content with the help of images and position. return image view. That's about it, and let's just cover Grid View tutorials run as an Android application, and let's just see what the Android system shows us. Interesting to see that we don't have a get item and a get item ID implemented right now. So what's important is get view, which is a callback method that displays the data at the specified position in the dataset. So you can either create a view manually or reflect it from an XML layout file. Right now we've done it manually, and we haven't really set it from an XML file. If you already have XML file corresponding to the thumbnail size, thumbnail is in a grid cell, you can directly inflect the view and then assign it to a convert view. Let's just see if our application works in full scope. Voila! Wonderful looking images. Really, and nice. Good job. If you see, if I click on these images, nothing's happening. What if we want to be able to do that? Let's just see how to do it. Let's just go back to the grid view main class and then set up an on click on set on item click listener, so that any grid cell is clicked, this callback method will be invoked. Let's just create a new click listener. Let's just press Ctrl Shift O to have all the appropriate imports, and then on item click. If you see on item click, it has three parameters: an adaptive view, which is actually a reference to the parent view, a view which is, I think, the image view. The third argument is a position, and the final is an ID, which we are not concerned right now. So let's just show a toast when we get this position and toast dot length short, and then let's just run it and see what happens. Open up the log cam so that you know what's happening in the background. Okay, so it's shown that. Interesting, nothing's happening. What happened? Let's just go back. Oh, it did not call show, without which the toast won't be shown. So here's a toast to you guys. Okay, so here's a toast to my mistakes. Let's repeat them, and so that you know. Voila! Voila! 9, 8, 7. What if I had to get these images loaded? So if I click this and to load that image, how would we do that? Let's just try doing it. So what's happening is, now in case on click you're showing a toast, let's just create a new activity, so it should be called via an intent, and let's just call it as image detail class. Right now there's no such class, so that's why it's giving an error. So let's create it an image activity. Oops. Activity, Android app activity, and when it's created, let's just go back to this. So how would that activity know which images to be displayed? So what we'll do is we'll put some extra information such as an ID and the position, and then we'll just say start activity I and close it. Let's see what happens. So it's an image detail. We'll first get the reference to the intent, and then we'll call intent and get extras, get ID, and it's position, right? Remember we put a position there. So how would this position be used? We will have to create an image detail to hold our view class. So let's just go image and media and let's drag and drop image view, and there's no source, so it's just an image view. So for parent and for parent, when referring press image view. So let's get a reference to that. R.id.image view, and then set image view, set image resource as image adapter. Let's just make the images as public. Image adapter and static, so that we can access it at class level and no need. That's it, and we're done. But we have not added this to an Android manifest. So let's just quickly go there, create a new activity, and add it. Voila, we're done. Just run the app again. Open this. Look at the logcat, how it's processing. Remember, you should regularly look at the logcat. It will help build an overall understanding of how the Android system loads apps into memory and interacts with them at a system level. So it helps, So let's go. It's already loaded. Let's just click red, and it's swaying. It is swaying with an on create at 18. What will we do at 18? Let's say it's not under exception. Because why can someone tell me? Can somebody tell me why did it happen? We had put in an ID, and then did we refer it? Yes, we referred it. And then what is the error? Let's just go back and check what did the system say. Just said no pointer exception at 18, and 18 is this. So did it not? Just clean build it once and then try again. Let's just see. I don't think, guys, we've made a mistake. Just in case. So simple. And that something is the fact that we should have set the image. I don't think there's a problem with anything except set content view. Oh, we haven't set the content. Sorry guys, silly me. Let's just run it again, and then you will see why it behaved the way it did. So, as I was telling you, it's important to look at the log here. Voila! I'm back, and this, I'm back, and blue, I'm back, and brown, I'm back, and green, and back. Awesome, guys! You just learned how to do. Go back to Willie.